Yo, what is going on, guys? Episode number 11 of the Dekestry is finally back. This has been such a delay. Before I go on, just make sure you check out the description for hutpucktraders.com. He's got a great and fast, reliable service, so if you want to check that out. But anyway, let's move on. But to start off with, a Taylor Hall was donated. I did not really want it. I told the guy a few times that it was fine, but he insisted that he wanted to give it to me, so a big shout out to iChell. That's his Twitter. I will leave his link in the description. But anyway, we finally get into a game, and Hall scores the first goal of this game anyway to give us a 1-0 lead. I wasn't really sure if I was going to like him. I liked his base card, but it wasn't all that special. And 2-0, and you guessed it, Hall scored again. That was a 5-on-3 power play goal. This guy took a lot of penalties, and if you guys remember from the last episode, we've been pretty bad in Division 1. We lost our first 4 or 5 games, but we got another goal right there, a 5-on-3 for 2.5 minutes left, and we score there with Giroux to make it 3-0 game. A slap shot that doesn't really go in. I think the puck just kind of fanned on it. The guy, whoever shot it in defense, fanned on it, but it went right to Hall, and Hall would score to get the hat trick, and then he would come back and he would score to make it a 4-1 game. But Hall would get the breakaway, trying to go for number 4, gets tripped. That's a penalty shot, and can Hall get 4 goals? I don't think anyone on the Dekestry all series has got 4 goals, so can Hall do it? Hall moves on in, trying to do something sort of fancy. Hall gets it, and he scores. Kind of a lucky goal. I mean, the goalie was not covering the post, but the goalie sort of had me. I mean, he was in position, but Hall just snipes it with his 94 shooting. And anyway, we're going to make some changes here. We got Taves in a trade. It was a pretty good trade. It was even, definitely. I traded player of the game Ben and some other stuff for him. So we do get Taves, and Taves is going to be our number 1 center now instead of Duchesne, and Duchesne's going to move to the second line number 1. Oh, that made no sense. The second line center, not number 1 center. So now our first line looks like Giroux, Taves, and Hall, and everything else looks sort of similar to what it was before. But anyway, let's move into this game. We're on the power play, and this was a wager actually for, I think it was 20K or 25K, but we do score early on. Backus, this guy is just so good. He gets the 1-0 lead goal for us, but Backus is just so good. If you have 15K, you might not think he's that good. You're like, oh, he's probably going to be slow and all this stuff, but he's actually really good. And Carlson just rips it home and make it 2-0 for us. And that would pretty much be the end of this game. It would finish out being 2-0. This was a very, very close game. My goalie played really good. And yeah, the wager was, I believe it was 20K. And he sent me more than 20K, so a big thanks to him. His Twitter is JH Productions, so it was definitely a close game. His team is unreal now. I believe when I played him, he had good players, but they weren't amazing. But his team, he's got I think Stamkos on the 3rd or 4th line. But anyway, if we were to replay now, I mean, maybe I would still win, but I don't know. Definitely be a lot closer game in score-wise anyway. But it was only 2-0 before, and his team's gotten 10 times better now. But anyway, thanks for the wager and for the pucks. It was fun. And now we're going up against Bones on Demand. And this game was definitely really fun. Very exciting, but very, very stressful. He scores to make it 1-0 with Burns to give him the 1-0 lead. And that was a penalty, so we've been taking too many. That's been my main complaint about my team. And the way I play is I take way too many penalties. But Krejci gets a really nice goal right there to make it a tie game for us finally. And then we get that little spin, and that was so sick. That goal right there was so sick. Hall scores, so Hall's just been tearing it up. 5 goals in 2 games for us. He would get that backhand forehand goal with Van Riemsdyk to tie the game at 2 with 4 seconds left in the first, so definitely could be avoidable. And then cross-crease goal for Van Riemsdyk again to make it 3-2, so good game for Van Riemsdyk for him. We get a poke check to Grabner, and one of our players gets hit, and then we just move on in. Don't get the goal there, but the one-time pass to Giroux to tie the game at 3, and with 14 minutes left, we would get the puck, pass, kind of a lucky pass, but Duchesne would finish and would make it 4-3, and that's going to be the game for us. Well, that goal right there, but that's the dagger goal, but that is going to be the game for us, a 5-3 win over Bones on Demand, so good game, Bones. But there's going to be some changes in the series, so you guys will have to continue watching right now. And we are back. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I thought that was pretty cool. I just want to add some editing because we haven't really been picking up any players. But as you guys will see, I got a Team of the Year Ovechkin. I traded a lot for him. Flopfish decided to donate to me a Player of the Game Carter. And then I put up my Team of the Year Carlson and the Team of the Year Hall. And I decided to get the Team of the Year Ovechkin. And to be honest, he wasn't all that special. So I decided to put him up. And I got this really good trade for him. Really good. Just getting regular Ovechkin and Kane and Subban. And anyway, this next guy messaged me on Twitter saying he was done with Hut, but he may come back, but he wanted to give me his players. And I told him that if he really wanted to, he could, but I would hold on to the players for him, and if he does come back, I would give them right back to him. So he decided he wanted to do that. His Twitter is Anatomy. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I will definitely leave his description, but he gave me all these really good players, and he told me I could sell them if I want, and that's the pretty much what I'm doing team. But basically, with the new series I'm going to be doing, again, this is like the 15th time I'm changing the Dekestry, but I really am just not, I want to post these Dekestry videos for you and post them frequent, but it's just not working out from what I was doing before. I don't have that many pucks. I mean, obviously now I have a ton with that, but like I said again, if he does come back, and I want to make sure I don't want to like rip him off if he does come back and I sell them all, and I'm like, oh, sorry, I don't have it. So I want to sort of keep them, or sort of have the pucks for him if he does come back, because he's willing to donate all that stuff, so I do really appreciate it. But like I said again, I don't really want to sell all this stuff, and I don't really want to use this for my series, so I may sell one player here or there. But what I'm going to be doing with the Dekestry series and why I'm changing it up again is because I feel like I did this last year. I just bought packs, and that's the team I got, and whenever I bought it, like, that's the only way I can get players. I think I did this maybe early on this year, but I did it last year definitely. I think I was the first person to do it. There's a few people who do it now, who they build their team off of packs. But what I wanted to do is take one player and build it around him. I had the Ovechkin one, sort of, so I decided to not go with Ovechkin. We're going to build around Datsyuk, and the only way to get players is not from trades. Well, we could do that, but I really don't want to because donations would come involved, and I don't really want those. I want to make this series non-donation wise, like for this series. If you want to donate for pucks for the thing I'm doing, I can only get players through packs, then that'd be great. But I can only get players on my team from packs. That's the series, is how it's going to go. So we're going to start off with this 250,000 puck pack, and I'm really hoping I get something good. I mean, I haven't got anything in the past 3 months, unless you want to consider like a 20 or 30k thing good. So here we go, and wow, thought I saw Lundqvist, which looks like we've got some really good stuff here. We've got a lot of under 80s, which I really like that. That's actually pretty sick. Yeah, these are some pretty rare players. I like how it's the best of the best. It can't get any better. Yeah, it actually can't get any better. Whew, this is some high-end quality packs. So we have our starting goalie, it looks like, for now anyway. But yeah, like I said again, guys, for this series we're going to build around Datsyuk, and he's the only player we can buy, which we basically bought already. So we have Datsyuk, and to get the rest of our players and to upgrade our team, we can only buy packs. So it's kind of like risky on how we can get players, and it's going to be hard, and we can't like technically be like, oh, I want to get this player, because we have to pull him in a pack, and it's extremely hard to say who you're going to pull in a pack. So that's the only way we could get players, and this is how the Dekestry is going to work now. Once again, I am very sorry for changing the series up 1,000 times, but the whole point system thing was getting sort of confusing because I haven't played in a while, so I had to go back and look how many points I had. On top of that, I couldn't really upgrade my team because A, we're in Division 1, so things are hard. B, I really liked how the team was playing, so I didn't have a need to upgrade the team. And then C, what would be the point? It'd just be games, and there'd be no nothing real special. So that's what I like to make my series unique and special. So we're gonna do this now. If you guys have any other suggestions on what I should bring to this series, please write it in the comments. But we're gonna start off opening our second pack. So the first pack we did get a few players, nothing too special. We have our starting goalie. In this pack, we're gonna take away Cogliano. We could take away as many players as we want, but I'm not gonna use those other guys. So we're just gonna take away Cogliano, and we're gonna move on. The next pack, we're going to open an 875 gold pack. Hopefully we can pull something sort of special. And in this pack, we do pull Kulemin, so he's going to be one of our left-wing snipers if we can pull anything else, hopefully. I'm hoping we can pull a Stanley Cup card, but I really doubt it, considering I haven't pulled anything in 3 months. In that 250k pack, I pulled absolutely nothing. But this next pack is a Corey Perry pack, 17.5k, and we do pull Briere, so, I mean, that's not terrible, but 17,000 pucks. I walk away with maybe 5,000 on this pack, maybe 5,000 at most. So that's pretty bad there. We're gonna open a Henrik Sedin pack. I never open these packs, and we pull Brett Burns and Edler. So that's honestly a really good pull pack, I should say. I mean, definitely haven't. I mean, overall, I made my pucks back on this pack alone, but from how many pucks I've spent on packs in the past 3 months, oof, not even close. But anyway, let's move on to the next pack. We get our first line right winger, and I'm guessing he's going to be there for a while. The next pack we pull a LeCavalier and a Coyle. So I don't know why, but I put Coyle on my team because I feel like he could be pretty good and never really used him. And LeCavalier is going to be on our team as well. He might be our second line center behind Datsyuk. But let's move on to the next pack. We're going to open a 17.5k price. And is the price right on this pack, or is it going to be absolutely trash? And it is. Hey, it's pretty good. It's got some pretty good players in there. We got Grabner, who's really, really good, and Boland, who I don't remember using him, but he's probably all right. He's an 84, so we walked away with 2 players in that pack. But for 17.5k, definitely not good. This next pack we open, we pull a Hemsky, who's I really like him. I loved his Hut Live card, but I'm sure his regular card is just as good or a little worse. But anyway, Kadri, 8.75k, and Kadri is going to give us a solid 500,000 player. Just kidding. He gives a Hedman, so that's alright. I mean, Hedman's definitely a good card, but nothing too special, like I said. I really want to pull a Stanley Cup Edition card or a Hut Live card or a Team of the Year rookie card or whatever, but it seems like we're not going to pull any yet anyway. And in this pack, we're going to pull a Ribeiro and Assad, and Ribeiro, I wasn't a huge fan of his regular card, so we're not going to take him. Plus, we already have a ton of centers, so we're going to give Assad a chance. And we already have, I believe, we're just looking for a backup goalie and a few other things. I think a right winger, and then we're done with our team. And in this pack, we pull a Gerby, so he's pretty fast and he's really short, so since he's extremely short, he's going to be extremely fast anyway. But we're going to bring him on our team, and we have our scratched roster basically as well, so if we want to switch players in and out, we'll have them. So we already have a few of those on our team, and in this pack, we're going to pull our final pull, Steve Mason, our backup goalie, and our team is done, as well as having a few subs, or as you want to call them, scratch roster. So we will quickly adjust that. So we're going to move Toffoli down, but before we do that, let's just see what we have. We're going to move Brett Burns up to the first line with Datsyuk, so it's a pretty solid first line. And we have Grabner on defense, so that's just great. Just kidding, that's terrible. We're going to move Hedman to the first D pairing, and I guess he's going to go with Mahalik, because he's our only right defenseman, so that's pretty bad. We only pulled 1 right defenseman. And then we're going to move LeCavalier to the second line instead of Anisimov, and Anisimov is going to be put to the 4th line, which is, Anissimov's a good player, but 4th line, I guess he's going to be playing it there. Hemsky is going to be on the 4th line. We're going to move Briere to Grabner, and then we're going to move Toffoli down. I mean, he's a pretty good rookie, but we're going to move Briere in his spot, but we're going to move Briere to the 3rd line. And we're going to have Kuhlman on the 1st line. So this is our team. We have a really, really fast 2nd line. We have a pretty good 4th line. We're going to move Saad instead of Savard because Saad is a left winger. And we're going to finally finish this team with a Mason as the backup and Lettinen as the starter. So here's our team. I think our first line could be improved at the left wing. Our second line is really fast. Our third line is pretty fast and pretty good defensively. And our fourth line is pretty good in defense. Definitely could use another right defenseman. And goalie looks pretty good. This is the end of this episode. It was a pretty short episode, only like 16 minutes or so. But if you guys did enjoy this, a like would mean a lot. A comment really means a lot, since I want to hear your feedback on this. So basically, if you guys didn't understand, we're building around Datsyuk. That was the only player that we bought on the team. And the only way we could upgrade our team, get players, or anything like that is from packs. We can buy change team cards, we can buy training cards, we can buy contracts from the, whatever it's called, the store, the auction house. But until next time, I'll see you guys later. Them via packs. And if you guys enjoyed this video, like I said again, it would mean a lot. I really want to know what your feedback is. Awesome. But anyway, guys, this was DekeaSaurusRex episode 11.